Yeah, Uma. Uh, I had a few minutes before I get my little ones out of school, and I had the opportunity to watch video this morning by the Sheikh, the renowned Sheikh Hisham Jabber. May Allah certainly be pleased with his efforts. I mean, Europe. And, the brother has laid out the history of Islam in America uh, in a nice and detailed fashion, where in which one can actually pick up on the thread, right, of history or Islamic history in America. One of the things he pointed out in the latest video was how post Andalusian period, when the Moors were being denationalized, uh, um, how much of that population did end up coming to the Americas, and how this Moorish history actually predates the 1619 project and that whole trajectory of the history, right? It kind of encompasses that, right? Um, but interestingly enough, is the brother pointed out that it was, as I have stated, for the past 20 years, we at the Sundry Moors Islamic Assembly have been trying to get the Muslims to rally around the legal history of Islam in America, which, of course, begins, as the Sheikh pointed out, with the Treaty of Marrakesh, which was being negotiated between the 1774 and 1770, uh, 1774 and 1786 actual ratification. Uh, but what's not known about American history is how things were represented one way, and domestically there were issues that precluded the original constitutional republic from honoring its obligations. Uh, what do I mean by that? I mean that that 1774 to 1776 constitutional republic uh, uh, was compromised, um, and the British, who didn't go away, have you, with this alleged victory, uh, uh, pushed back so as to uh, 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 secure their interests, right? Which was their tribute that they felt that they were entitled to because of them being the actual initiators of the colonial project, 1607-09 Jamestown. So yeah, there were domestic issues that were going on that one's usually not privy to when you study this history, and it does have ramifications on the domestic policies of the United States of America. Anyway, moving that forward, um, had the Muslims, as the Sheikh pointed out, uh, Muslims were not supposed to be taken into captivity, and if the Moors took any of the Christians into captivity, there was supposed to be a release policy, etc., etc. Right, and we see it coming to fruition with this, in the case of uh, uh, the brother Ibrahim Ibn Sori and his release. So we know that the actual international law, uh, because he petitioned, which is a First Amendment American constitutional right, right? He petitioned for redress, got the redress, and got the release. Uh, this is my question to the Muslims who supposed to be revolutionaries. You know, they more, I guess, into the philosophical talk as opposed to pen on paper and getting some resolutions. Because that's all we've seen for the last 20, 30 years is the revolutionary talk, but we haven't seen the revolution, right? We haven't seen the change, right? And so, inshallah, maybe some new blood can come in on the scene, and maybe some people with other voices can be heard, because if we're going to keep doing the same thing, we're going to get the same results. None of us have tried to execute this Moroccan treaty since Ibrahim Ibn Sori, since the Sardimores of 1790. So, what is the compelling objection to the Muslim indigenous rally around the Moroccan treaty, right? Because if you got some issues in your heart, why don't you step to the side with that and not be an obstacle for us who still want to be progressive? Real rap, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I asked, what is your strongest argument against Moorish nationality? Crickets, because you have no legal argument, right? So what kind of argument do you have? An emotional argument? You know, man, keep that, bro. Anyway, it was good to see the Sheikh put it down like that, because this is what we've been saying. However, the other side of that is, if an Islamic sovereign establishes treaty relations with with the country where in which you live, and you're supposed to be Muslim, are you not duty bound to follow that treaty? I'm looking for the answers. Allahu Akbar. Sunday More Islamic Assembly. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.